YouTube. Let the record reflect that this is my worst nightmare. I do not like railings, uh, but they have to be done so people don't go down the stairs without having something to grab on. Now, that being said, first things first, I like to draw in my lines there. I call these construction lines, and they're very useful. And I usually put them on a different layer called construction lines, and I color it yellow. But for the sake of this, these tutorials, I have not been doing that. I just leave them white. But I draw a line perpendicular, parallel to the stringer, and just snap on the midpoint there, or midpoint at the top, and draw a line. And another cool way of doing it is you go on the options, UCS, select place UCS on object, select object on the slope, click that, right click, and you have your X now perfectly parallel to the stringer. And if you draw a line with F8 locked in, it's gonna go perfectly in that direction. And to return, you just type in UCS W and you're back to normal. You could create the rating in one shot on this and this and that in one shot, but you do run into problems like the software is not as smart as you may think it is, so it makes some crooked shapes if it's not a perfect if it doesn't read the line straight. So I rather do the railings in phases, so you do it on per beam. So like this stringer, I've made the railing specifically for the stringer, and I'll make a railing specifically for this beam and that beam. Okay, so click that, click the supporting member, start point, end point. Sorry about that, I choked on something. Okay, so we created that railing. Now we create our third and final on that supporting member there. Mind you, this railing is not going to be as beautiful as the stair, only because I hate doing railings, so I won't put much effort in doing it right. Okay, now fun fact, to offset posts on the supporting member, this is the option here: +2 for positive or minus for negative. And you can see the railing moves back and forth horizontally, so we want it right in the middle. That's another option here we need to look at is the end of railing. The start point, we want to make it 0, just so that it's easier later on to make the end part of it look beautiful. And then scroll down, right down to handrails, top of handrail. And this is the tricky part. Well, some people don't notice it, but it tripped me up a few times. The distance, this distance is from the supporting channel, which is our highlight here, which is that one, from the top of that to the middle of the railing, from the top of that to the middle of that. If you uncheck that, it's from the top of that to the top of that. Okay, I exited that by mistake. But that check mark is very important there. What was it in here? That check mark determines where you measure it from. And people are very strict on ratings, so watch how you measure it. And it's from top of channel. So if you need to subtract or add grading, take that into account, because usually you're measuring steps or railings, sorry, from the top of landing or grading to the top of the railing. So account for those things. They've tripped me up a few times, but I found my way back. So our standard here is 42 inches. That's from the top of the grading or landing to the top of the rail, the top rail. So it's 3.6, but I need to account for the grading, which is an inch above the channel. So I make that 3.7. So it's, you know, it's a great measurement from the right place. Moving on real quick here, number of handrails. These are just options to beautify the railing itself. Like you can add pickets and kick rail. I do not like the kick rail for some reason. I'll take it off. And end of handrail, we're going to add a mitre connection at the end there, so that the railing comes straight down and looks good there. And post connection, you can change that to welds or bolts. Actually, weld is better. That is it for modifying that one. But I showed you how to save the settings into the library and do the same for this. But there's another way to transfer properties, which is under extended modeling. You go transfer properties and you click the object you're transferring to, in this case this railing, and then right click and click you're transferring from, which is that, and automatically all those properties are transferred. As you can see, end of handrail there, it's the mitre connection, everything is beautifully done. Our intention was not to make it the same, but I wanted to show you that neat little trick there. So now I'm gonna quickly just change a couple things here. Post layout, change that to 0 so we can have a mitre connection on that side, and change that to 8. Oh no, change that to 0, sorry, and the other one to 8, just so we can move our post out of the way. Okay, now that's done. Handrail, again, this is all accounted for. End of rail. Now we want on that side to have a mitre connection, so we'll go bang, and we have it. Now to connect these two, there's a secret option in the miscellaneous specifically for this purpose. It's called rail joint handrail. What is it? Railing joint handrail. Okay. You click the one object, right click, click the other object, right click, they connect, and you can change that to elbow, whatever, depending on how much time you want to spend on it. I don't want to spend on any time on this at all, but principle dictates that I must go over every aspect of this program. Now, after the straight part is done, we have our handrail there. On our secondary part, we can actually do the transfer properties too here. So we can go to transfer properties, transfer to this one from that one, and you see, there we go, voila, and we have the same properties. But you're not supposed to have the same height on a sloped surface and on a straight surface. By that I mean like this is a straight, this is a sloped surface. So, and accepted on a sloped surface is 36 inches. Sorry, yeah, 36 inches, which translates to, let's just, oh, on a sloped surface, that's that one, 36, which translates to 3 feet. But again, we have to account for the distance where it's measured from. So in this case, we're supposed to measure from the nosing of the step to the top of the handrail. Now, I don't have the time to do that calculation right now. We're just going to assume I've made that calculation and I'm at the right height. But you need to take care of that, account for that space between the top of the channel to the top of to the nosing. So we're not done here yet. We're almost done though. And we're move gonna move this post back just a little bit. Post layout, that one, change that to 8 as well. Okay, and then we're gonna go to handrail, end of rail connection. We're gonna have a loop return, and we want that to return straight, so we check off that option, horizontal return, and there we have it. Of course, you can change the heights of these middle rails and whatnot. You can eliminate them altogether if you wish. So now I'm going to close this down and extend the handrail using this command here. Beam cut. I know it says cut, but you can use it to extend too. Select to extend, like that. So select the feature, select to extend to, right click, object to extend, right click, and like magic, we have our handrail. I know it's not beautiful. I did not go into detail on the heights of these middle rails to make it look good, the spacing, but it's all in there. I just made this one quick because I hate handrails, and there we have it. A little bit in depth on making the handrails. YouTube.